up, fans? Ridge Watts coming to you guys. My Carolina Panther versus Tampa Bay Buccaneer game preview. It is crazy to think about we're on week 16. It seems like just yesterday I was excited. I'm sure all of you were. Carolina Panthers were kicking it off against San Francisco 49ers in week 1 in San Francisco. And now we are already a game away, 1 week away from the end of the 2017 NFL season. It's crazy how fast football flies by. Before you know it, we'll be in the playoffs, and before you know it, we'll be watching the Super Bowl, hopefully with our Carolina Panthers representing the NFC. But let's talk about this game. Before I hop on this game, don't forget, guys, Sunday I'm going to do a live stream of the game. I'll be kind of commentary for the game, letting you guys know everything I see, all the good, all the bad, and kind of just will flow through that whole entire game. And then at the end of the game, I'll give you my overall thoughts. So I'll kind of be keeping notes as the game goes along. But let's talk about Tampa Bay overall, who they are, and what they do well, what they don't do best, according to all this. But Tampa Bay overview, their 31st ranked rush offense. They do not run the ball well at all. They're 32nd ranked pass offense, so they're not good when it comes to the pass. And they're 31st when it comes to defense overall. They sit at 4-10. They have a .286 winning percentage, and they're eliminated from the playoffs. Okay, so they're not a good team. Monday night, they almost beat the Falcons, but honestly, Atlanta has not played like Atlanta did last year. They let Tampa Bay hang around, and they gave Tampa Bay a shot to win that game. And the Falcons are not the same team that they were last year. So the three keys to the game, what I think is important, what I think will win the game for the Panthers. First, the Panthers' rush offense against the Bucs defense. The Panthers have attempted to run the ball 435 times this year. They've gained 1,900 yards. They have 135.7 yards a game, and they have 14 TDs. That little red spot in my side of the camera is my fiance, by the way, guys. But they rank 4th overall when it comes to the rush offense. The Bucs defense, 31st overall. They give 390 yards a game on the ground and 49% third down completion. So that means teams are converting 50% or better on third down. So they don't get off the field a lot when it comes to third down. This is the number one key. As you guys know, if you watch the Panthers as long as I have, they flow through the running game. Everything they do sets up the running game. If they can't run the ball, Cam cannot play the way he wants to play. Everything starts with the running game. Last week, if you watched the game against Green Bay like I did, I watched it again the second time just to kind of review it. But they ran the ball, and they ran the ball well on the first drive of the game. That set up everything. That set up the whole game. Carolina's at home. It's the last home game of the regular season. They got to win to be in the playoffs. You know they're going to commit to the running game. I think they can have a field day against Tampa Bay's defense. And the second key to this game is Carolina's defense. They rank 5th overall. Teams are only completing 36% of third downs against them, so they're good at getting off the field. They've had 31 sacks on the year, 12 interceptions, and 12 forced fumbles. So they turned the ball over. They've really started turning it over well. James Bradbury and Daryl Worley have really came into their own here recently, and they are showing you what we all thought they could be, and that's 2 shutdown corners for the Panthers. They're young. They're only going to get better. But this defense has really turned it up, and they need to going into the playoffs. Last key to this game is the Carolina wide receiver core. They have 234 yards a game and 12 touchdowns on the year. So they're pretty good at getting the receptions, getting in the end zone. They've been good the past couple of weeks. They didn't shine a lot against Minnesota, but they really came off the page against Green Bay, and they got Greg Olsen back into the fold. Demir Bird had a good game. Funchess had a good game. They're going to need that going down the stretch, especially in the playoff round. But what I think of this game overall, I'm expecting to see a blowout. There's no reason why this game should not be close at all unless the Panthers just come out and lay an egg. Tampa played well, but I do not think they'll have a chance. I think Carolina wins 35-17 in a rout. They're at home. This is for the playoffs. Everything about this game just points to the Carolina Panthers. If they win this week, they're in. If Tampa can beat the Saints the last game of the season, or if Atlanta can beat the Saints, then we could go into next week's game with a chance to win the division and get the 3rd seed in the playoffs. If the Vikings can lose, we can win, and the Falcons can beat the Saints, then we could possibly be looking at a 2 seed. Like I said, you don't want the Panthers to lock up the wild card and have to play 3 games back to back to back to make it to the Super Bowl. That's it, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Keep pounding.